All right, so anyway, with these guys, with the injuries looming here, who steps up? If everybody who didn't practice yesterday is out, Amon-Ra, DeAndre Swift, Josh Reynolds, TJ Hawkinson, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, we know Tracy Walker's out. I mean, Vaitai, Anzarike, Jamison Williams, Romeo Pascal, Kaminsky, Board.
We've had to deal with a lot of those guys already. Like the offensive line and the defensive linemen, none of those guys have played in a long time anyway. So kind of used to that. I mean, Frank Ragnow came back, and hopefully Frank's able to go again. But Jonah Jackson's missed some time with the finger injury that he's got and may not play on Sunday. Okay, well, they've already had next man up situation there, and the Lions' offensive line has actually been still an asset despite missing 3/5 of it at times. But the big ones are the receivers.
Yep.
Because it's not just Amon-Ra St. Brown. You mentioned Josh Reynolds on there, too. I mean, those are probably the two guys the two wide receivers, anyway, that Jared Goff trusts the most.
We've gotten a call the last couple of weeks from a big Quintez Cephas fan.
Yeah.
And it makes my Cephas fandom pale in comparison.
Yeah, right.
But this is a guy that I think is perfectly cast for this role. To be the fourth or fifth guy, but when asked to do more, he's capable of. Like if your wide receiver room has Quintez Cephas as your fourth or fifth guy, I suspect that means your wide receiver room is loaded. And I'm not even sure where he fits in when Jamison Williams comes back. I mean, that when he does come back, somebody gets pushed either to the practice squad or just gets their walking papers, potentially. And I don't think it's Raymond because of his kick return ability, so it might be Cephas. Or they keep 6 wide receivers. But in the meantime, I mean, I think Cephas, when asked to do more and asked to give more, can do more and can give more.
Well, Alec Quintez Cephas coming out of college a lot. We saw him play at Wisconsin, obviously, so just his skill on the field, like what I saw. It seemed like a guy who caught everything was thrown to him, always came up with a big reception. 3rd and 8, he'd get the 10 yards and move the sticks. Gets to the Lions, and we just haven't seen a whole lot of him because of injuries. So I don't know if having him in your next man up in your receiver room means the receiver room is loaded or not, but I'm encouraged that this guy can step in and do a competent job. I don't know if I don't think he's a number 1 or 2 receiver in the National Football League on any given team, but he may have to play like one this Sunday if they don't have Reynolds and St. Brown. Or if they're limited, he should get snaps.
248-539-9797. Who would you go with the guy that would step up? Who makes up for the void this weekend?
Well, I think Cephas is a big one. He's going to have to step up, but I'm going to guess it's probably more along the lines of Khalif Raymond over Cephas. I think he's going to be the guy, and DJ Chark. Those are going to be the 2 leading receivers.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people want to say Cephas because, you saw some flashes and all that. But yeah, I think you're right, Gator. I think Khalif Raymond is the guy you're going to look to who's going to try to make up for it if these receivers can't go. Without Hawkinson, too.
Right.
I mean, and here's a guy, Jamal Williams. I mean, you people talk about having a legit backup quarterback in this league is really hard to find. Well, you thought you got a legit backup running back, right? And in fact, when they got here, wasn't it? They're talking 1A and 1B, that type of thing. And we've seen what Swift can do, so that we know who the 1 is. But Jamal Williams is another guy I would look towards. He brings energy and personality to his team. He can get the short goal line stuff, but he's gonna have to do more. So 2 guys I would look for is Khalif Raymond and Jamal Williams.